Greetings, it's the New York Thrifter here, and today I've got kind of an unusual video. I don't usually do these, but I am going to sell some of my things at a buy, trade, sell shop, Plato's Closet. You've probably heard of Plato's before. They're all over the United States. There's over 300 of these stores, and you can bring items into them, shoes, men's clothes, and women's clothes, usually geared towards teens to young adults, and they will give you money on the spot for selling them the items. Few things you need to know. First, you have to have a valid driver's license to sell. And second, the process can take a while. So you want to go on times when they're not going to be busy, like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning perhaps might be the best. And so what I did is I stopped by my Plato's Closet, which is in Fairfield, New Jersey. We have another one in Lyndhurst, but it's a lot smaller, so I decided to go to the larger one. I stopped by to see what they were accepting, and they have literature in their store where they list some of the brands they're looking for and what kind of items are season specific for them. So I did 2 trips in, one to kind of look around, and on the second trip, I'm going to be taking my items into them to sell. A lot of people know Plato's Closet because they have a 75% off clearance or a 90% off clearance, so people will source from Plato's. And I have to say that I have done that before, but I recommend against it. And the reason for that is sometimes you'll go in and things will be for so cheap that you'll load up, and then when you get home, you'll just have this giant pile of clothes that you don't really know what to do with. And a lot of things at the store are going to start out at 8, 10, or $12. So 90% off, you're looking for things for around $1. So it seems like a really, really great deal until you have stacks of clothes that aren't worth a whole lot of money. And a lot of the times it's more trouble to list them than it's worth. I say be very careful when you're sourcing from here. I have found really, really great pieces on clearance, but I was very picky when I did it. I didn't just grab everything up, which can be some people's MO. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to go to your local Plato's and find any literature they have for what they're buying. So at mine, they had this flyer where they go through some of the brands they're looking for, which include Adidas, American Eagle, Forever 21, Free People, J. Crew, Lucky Brand, True Religion, Under Armour, things of that nature. So make sure that you grab one of these. Also, they usually have a postcard that has men's styles on one side and women's styles on the other. They are very specific about exactly what type of items that they're accepting during that particular season. So I don't have a lot of men's pieces to take to them. So we're going to be looking mainly at the women's. They're looking for dresses, short sleeve tops, crop tops, necklaces, denim jackets, moto jackets, pants, kimonos, athletic wear, cold shoulder tops, denim shorts, casual shoes, slip-on shoes, and flats. Also high-waist denim, off-the-shoulder pieces, totes, anything with ruffles on it, handbags, shorts, and rompers. So that is a pretty complete list of everything that's going to really get their attention when you take it in. So let's see how close I can stick to their list. I'm not going to be 100% on their list because I do have other things I think they might accept, but let's see how close I can get. So first of all, I have this silk boho piece, and it's by Karen Kane. Karen Kane is a brand for more mature people generally, and they are known for having a very green production line. So that's really exciting. I wish this brand would go for more because I find it all the time, and it really is a great brand. It just doesn't seem to sell for very much online. And so I am going to be taking this in. This is a kimono style boho silk top. We'll see how much I can get for this. And as you can see, I'm putting my pieces in a basket. And the reason for that is a lot of Plato's closets don't want you to bring it in, your things in bags or garbage bags. Instead, they want something a little more structured because it's easier for them to handle. And also it reduces the wrinkles a lot. And before anybody asks, I will tell you that I did wash everything that I could or steam everything that I could to get out all the wrinkles and also make sure there's no smells or stains. It's very, very important that nothing smells that you take in, because if the person that's processing it, if they smell anything bad, they're going to reject everything in that particular tote or bag. And so I suggest you wash everything. Next up, I have this white piece by Zara. Zara does not sell well for me. I have a piece that I've listed, I think, for like $8. It's still on eBay, free shipping. Nobody wants it. And so that happens a lot to me with this brand. So I'm going to take this in. It does have the embroidery like they're asking for. So hopefully they're going to take this. They asked for Lucky Brand, so I found a piece right here. Lucky Brand also has been sitting for me on eBay, and so I haven't been picking it up lately. I had this piece, and I figured even though it has 3/4 sleeves, I'm going to try to see if they want it. This is kind of an off-the-shoulder ruffled black top, so that's something they definitely asked for. And I don't think this brand is much of anything. Oh, it is going to be new with tags, but it is D and Cade, and again, that's really not anything that is going to go for a lot online. Now, this is a really great brand, and I suggest you pick it up if you find it. This is Rachel Pally. Expensive brand and does rather well. This particular piece is just a tank top in tie-dye. I wouldn't get very much money for it. Rachel Pally dresses tend to do a lot better online. This next piece is really great. It is Splendid, which is sold at, this one was Nordstrom Rack. I got it new with tags. I think this was like they had like a $4.49 sale where things were $4.49 or something along that line. And that's where I got this. I decided not to sell it online because the price, it just isn't there. And so I'm just going to see if I can kind of make my money back. And this is kind of a cold shoulder, I guess, or at least off the shoulder piece. And it is in denim and it has the raw hem. So I think this is going to do well. Hopefully they're going to be able to take this. I have a couple of Anthropology pieces. This is an Odile. It is just kind of almost a silk tank or silk shell. It does have a ruffle on it. Ruffles are something that they have been asking for. This is another Anthropology piece. This time it is left of center and it has a ruffle on the bottom, very summery color. So we're going to put that in the stack. Another Anthro piece, I've got a few more, Cartanier, and this is just a striped piece with a ruffle on the side. Again, I'm just trying to follow what they set out in their rules, what they're looking for. Some more ruffles on this Faye Anthropology piece, and it is made out of silk. Now, all of these Anthro pieces that I've been showing you would probably sell for between maybe $10 and $13 online. So I figure I'm going to take it in to Plato's. I'm going to see how much they're going to give, they're going to give it to me for. I'm looking almost to break even. I spent probably between $1 and $3 on them. I just have so much stuff that it's a little bit overwhelming right now. So that's why I'm doing this. This is a plus size Séjour top, and it is new with tags, originally sold at Nordstrom. And it is, again, a one shoulder top. And my Plato's has a very, very small plus size area, but they tell me that they're always looking for more. So I do have some plus sizes in here that I want to take to them. This is a Rick Rack Anthropology piece, and it is just kind of a plain gray top. This is a Vanessa Virginia Anthropology piece, and it is in a bright yellow with cutout flowers. And it's not in perfect condition. If it was in really great condition, I'd probably sell this online, hoping for around maybe $16 to $20, but it's not, it's in okay condition. This is an Acme and Kin Anthropology top, very plain white top with buttons down the side. an Anthropology leaf notes, and just a plain black top. And an Anthropology, I think this is the last one. This is another left of center. And this is just a mint green kind of tank top looking situation. Again, doesn't really make a whole lot of money online. One thing that I would recommend is if that you have a couple pieces that are by the same brand, in the same style and the same size, you would be able to lot these up and get more online. So I had that ruffle top that was orange earlier. It is a different size in this one, but if they were the same size and I lotted them together, I could probably expect around $19 online for those if I was selling on eBay. And so that's another thing that you can do if you don't need the immediate money at a Plato's. This is a plus size French laundry top, and it is super cute. It doesn't have any sleeves, but it does have a tie on the bottom. It is in a bright plaid pattern. Plato's is looking for J. Crew, so I stuck this in. Size 10, really good size. It is made out of silk. J. Crew isn't selling as well as it used to be online for me. And so some of the pieces I am going to be finding different areas to sell them in rather than online because they're sitting a bit long for me. This is Renee C, which is oftentimes sold through Stitch Fix, which is the online service where you get clothes delivered to you, and they've got quite a following. Stitch Fix brands aren't doing as well for me, so because this is a kimono top, I decided to pop it in. They're looking for kimonos at Plato's. Just a really plain J. Crew black top here. This is another plus size. This time it's Daniel Rain, and this is a 2X. This could do all right online. I don't particularly like selling Daniel Rain because I don't think the quality's there. A lot of the pieces that I find are kind of falling apart and they're just not great. And so I'm just going to take it in. That one looks like it's in good condition. I'm just going to take it in and hopefully they'll take it off my hands. This is a Michael by Michael Kors, and it's kind of an off the shoulder, at least ruffles there on the top with some gathering here on the bottom. And this is in a smaller size. It is a size medium. When I find Michael Kors in a plus size, I usually list it and do pretty well. If it's not a plus size, it usually sits for me. So because it is in such a bright summery fabric, I decided to take that in. Here's another Daniel Rain, this time in a 1X. And this isn't a very summer print, but it is very lightweight, so you could wear it in the summer. This is a New with Tags Violet and Claire 1X. And I know Violet and Claire, oftentimes I'll see this in TJ Maxx or Marshalls. And so I think it's probably one of those brands that doesn't go for a whole lot. And it's got a little thread. I always have a pair of scissors when I'm doing this, just so I can clean up any little bits like that to make the pieces look as good as possible. This is a Postmark Anthropology brand, and again, just a really plain black top. Here's another plus size. This time it is Cynthia Raleigh 2X in kind of a diamond graphic pattern. Now, I'm not one to buy a lot of graphic tees, and I know they were looking for them, and so I had this in my own closet where it just says Empowered, and it's a little bit small for me. The brand is really nothing, a little bit small for me, so I've decided to take it in to see if I can get my money back on this, and I think that's probably my one graphic tee. This is a Lucky brand. This time in a 2X, great size. Normally I would sell this size of Lucky brand online, hoping for, $16. But just for the sake of seeing what they're going to be taking at my Plato's, I decided to pop this in to see what kind of return I would get on it. This is another J. Crew piece, this time a tank top with a silver metallic going down the side. Another J. Crew, this time it's a factory. It has the little dots underneath, and this is a size large. And this is just a black boxy top. Here's a crop top. I think this is the only one that I could find. I know I got this from the bins. It just screams a bins piece because the brand just isn't anything you'd really look for, but it's cropped and it's summery, so I think they're going to accept that. This is a J. Crew piece. It is a size 2, and it has these absolutely beautiful jewels on it. I don't know why I decided to sell this at Plato's, but let's see. It does have a little bit. There we go. If they don't take this, I could probably list this online for maybe $16 on eBay. This is a cold shoulder. As you can see, it's got a little cutout at the shoulder, cold shoulder. And this is by Ann Taylor. I know a lot of resellers that really like selling Ann Taylor, especially this new black label. This shows that it's a newer piece, and it is a size medium, which is really nice. I, however, have no luck with Ann Taylor. There's people that are like, oh, I got $20, $25, $30 for this Ann Taylor piece. And I'm like, how did you do that? Mine sit forever. So because it is a cold shoulder, I will be sending that in. And finally, this is just a pretty plain Walter Baker. It's a W118 by Walter Baker diffusion line, and it's got a little circular cutout there in the back. This brand for me does not do well online. It can get quite expensive at the stores, but for resale, it just doesn't seem like it has a following. People really just aren't looking for it. It is in a very beautiful deep royal blue. And so I'm popping that in the basket. So these are going to be all of the tops that I take with me to Plato's. And next up, let's look through the bottoms. Now, when I was in Plato's picking up my flyers to see what they were going to want to buy, I overheard one of the sales ladies tell someone that they weren't really looking for skirts. I did, however, decide to pop this skirt in. It is a JOA Los Angeles. JOA is sometimes sold at Anthropologie, mostly not. Nordstrom also has this brand. And I just thought this was really cool. It's got like the netting on the outside. It's very short. And even if they're not taking most skirts, I might have a shot with this one just because it's a really great style. These are some cropped pants. I don't know if you want to call these cropped pants or long shorts, but either way, they are Adriana Goldschmidt and they are the Liberty. And I really like this brand in pants. I do sell it, but the cropped and the shorts don't do very well for me. So I'm going to take these in. This is a pair of Free People, very distressed denim jeans. I don't even know what's going on. They've got stripes, they've got bleaching. They are a size 28, and Plato said they were looking both for denim shorts as well as Free People. So it seems to have checkmark all the boxes. Here's another pair of shorts. This time denim Holding Horses, which is an Anthropologie brand, and these are just long cuffed shorts. Now, the reason I'm taking my shorts in is, again, I don't do very well even in the summer with shorts online. I usually can't command more than about $14 for them. And so I'm just looking to get my money back. Again, a lot of these things I got at the Goodwill bins where I was paying less than $1.50 a pound. And so for these pair of shorts, I probably paid, 75 cents or $1. So if I get that back, I'm going to be happy, clear out some of my space, get some immediate cash, and I don't have to photograph and list it. So these are Pilcrow and the Letterpress, size 27. And this is an Anthropologie brand, and these are just some yellow distressed shorts. And so now on to the jeans. And I picked out lots of pairs of jeans. They're only looking for high-waisted. And honestly, I list all of my high-waisted because they do well for me, or most of my high-waisted. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the pants that I picked out, and I'm going to kind of be picky and choosy. Not all of these are going to go. But I wanted to show you the ones that I did pick out and why I'm deciding to take them or not take them. So first up, I have this new with tags Kenzie jeans, and they have some sequins on them, and they originally cost $68. I'm going to take these in because Kenzie does not sell well for me online on my eBay store, so I'm just going to see if I can just turn those in for money. This is a pair of J. Crew factory size 32, really great size. They've got distressing on them. Now they asked for J. Crew pieces, so that's why I'm going to be sending these in. Hopefully the brand will get them taken. Now I have several pairs of Citizens for Humanity. Let me show you. I'm sorry, Citizens of Humanity. Sorry, I misspoke. And these are the low-waisted crop. Crop does not sell well online for me, so I'm going to see if they'll take these Citizens. Here's another pair of Citizens, and these look like to be a newer pair. Let me see a little bit of their information. They are a size 25, which is tiny. You know what? I am going to see if they'll take them. They have a bit of a flare at the bottom, or maybe a large boot cut, so maybe those will go. What are these? These are a pair of Joe's jeans, and I have several Joe's jeans in this pile. I think, yep, here's another pair of Joe's. Joe's does not do particularly well online anymore. It used to sell a lot better. Recently, it's kind of taken a bit of a hit. Now, these are more of the straight leg, so I'm only going to send one pair of Joe's in just to see if they'll take them. I don't want to overwhelm them with denim because it's definitely not something they asked for. So I will send this in just to report back whether or not they took that brand. This is Vibrant and extremely distressed acid washed. It'll be interesting to see if they take these on style. I do have a 7 for All Mankind, and these are Austin, which I believe is a men's. Yeah, Austin I think is men's, and so this is going to be my first men's piece that I send in. Here's another pair of Adriana Goldschmied, this time in the Angel boot cut, and they are white. I chose white because I wanted to see whether or not they're taking light denim during the summer months. This is another pair of Joe's. I only wanted to send one Joe's in, so I'm going to kick that one out. This is another pair of AG, this time the Kiss. I'm going to kick this out because I don't want them to get too many AGs from me. Here is a pair of Lucky Brand size 2, and they asked for Lucky Brand, so I'm going to give them those. These are Rockin' Republic, and these are coated jeans. So they have a coating on them that makes them kind of shiny. Let's see if that is in with the kids these days. Here's another pair of Citizens that I'm going to kick out. Don't want to give them too many of those. A pair of AG, but this time they're kind of a khaki. So I'm going to put those in. Pair of Hudson jeans. Now Hudson has been doing spectacularly well for me online. I've been selling my Hudsons for $20 plus pretty regularly, but these are a bit worn. So I'm going to take these in to see if Hudson is as popular at Plato's as it is in my eBay store. Now for Free People, they did ask for this brand. So here's just a pair of Free People, and these are going to be cropped. These are James jeans. James jeans do pretty well online, although we are going into a season where jeans are going to be less and less popular. These do have some distressing to them, so hopefully those will be a style they want. And then the castings, I need to decide whether or not I'm sending these in. These do have puckering right here, and I hate selling puckering online, just because it's a defect and I don't want somebody to get them. And even though I have photos and a description of the puckering, they're disappointed with them. So I don't think Plato's is going to take a pair of jeans that have a problem with them. But again, this is kind of an experiment for you guys as well as for me. So I'm going to pop those in. So this is going to be the jeans that I send in. And what I'm going to do, I also want to tell you guys, I am not going to stack them like this where it's tops on the bottom, jeans, dresses in another basket. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of see different things through different baskets when I take it in. And the reason for that is I don't want the person that's going through my pieces to hit a big patch of jeans and just reject them wholesale. Just say, oh, we're not really taking jeans, so this entire pile is a no. What I want to do is I want to mix the jeans in with everything else. And so as they're going through it, they're going to look at each of the pieces of jeans, hopefully individually on their own merits, rather than just, oh, these are denim, reject. And so again, this is all an experiment. I have sold several times at Plato's Closets, but it's almost like every time you go back, you kind of start new, because it depends on the people that are behind the counter. It depends on where you're at, what they're looking for this season. And so I'm just hopefully going to give you guys an idea coming up to the summer months, if you are looking to get rid of some of your pieces, how to make your money back out of Plato's. So next up, I think I'm going to be grabbing some dresses. Okay, we've got round two. I've got a new basket out and my dresses here. So first up is a London Times size 8 sleeveless dress with some ribbon across the front. London Times does okay for me online, nothing spectacular, definitely under $20. I will sometimes send these pieces into swap.com, the online consignment, because they tend to do pretty well there. This is a Victoria's Secret, and it's kind of a dress, but I would also think it would also be maybe a cover up at like the beach. It does have a tie here at the back, and they were looking for pink by Victoria's Secret. So hopefully they're looking for just the VS itself. This is a skater dress by BCBG Generation, and BCBG Max Azuria is the top brand. This is their Missy's brand, or their younger clients brand. And so these tend to not do as well. It's sold for rather inexpensively at a lot of discount stores. This is a really interesting one. I found a Wang, and that's Alexander Wang. This is his collaboration with H&M. So you can see here, Alexander Wang, H&M. So we'll see, it's kind of a scuba style dress. We'll see how interested they are in collabs. Next up, I decided to take a designer piece in. Joanna, I went through her story in one of my recent designer focused videos, and this is just a turquoise dress. I wanted to see how I don't know, a piece like this would do selling at Plato's. I don't know if they take designer pieces or not. I'm assuming they would, or how much they would mark them at. Now, looks like I do have a few more skirts in here. I thought I only had the one. This is a Pilcrow in the letterpress, and as you can see, it's a patchwork skirt. Now, they're not looking for skirts, so I'm going to have to be careful on which ones I decide to take in. This is a Tabitha dress, silk on the top, cotton on the bottom. And Tabitha is sometimes sold at Anthropologie, sometimes not. Here's my third skirt, and this one is a Mauve, which again is Anthropologie. Really great color scheme on this one. I really like this one. Hopefully they'll take that. And a jean jacket snuck in. This is an Alexander Jordan, not a brand of really any note, but they are looking for jean jackets, and this one is a smaller size, which they stock up a lot of. So Let's hope they take that. Now that's over £1, which means it would cost priority shipping if I was to sell it on eBay. And so hopefully they'll take it so I don't have to ship it, because for a no-named jean jacket, that can get rather expensive. Now, they did say they were looking for free people, so I am going to put this in. It does have some lace on it. Honestly, they might just reject all of the skirts just right off the bat without even looking at the label, but we'll see how that goes. This is an all leather skirt, and again, the brand is really of no consequence. In fact, even if I could find the brand on here, here we go. Parosh, size small. It's real leather. It's got gigantic fringe on the end. I don't know. It's heavy. It's okay, but it just doesn't really excite me. I definitely got that from the bins. When I was in Florida on a work trip, I went to the bins and I picked that up. Here is a beautiful floral dress, strapless, in very, very summer vibes. And this is a White House Black Market, size 0. White House Black Market does so poorly for me online. In fact, I'm not even sure if I've legitimately ever sold a White House Black Market. I think I've taken them all offline because I get them down to like a 99-cent auction and they still don't sell. So it's not my brand, clearly. This is a new with tags tailor dress, and it is in a size 6. And again, it's got a ruffle and it is cold shoulder. So it's exactly what they asked for at this Plato's. This is a free press, which is sold at Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack. And it is new with tags, and it is shining up brightly with that sequence. Now this is another BCBG, and like I told you, the Max Azria tends to do better. This is an older style though, and it probably wouldn't do very well online because of it, but it is very summery and it does have a bright graphic print, so we'll see if they want that. This is a strapless black number French Connection, size 6. French Connection does not do well for me online. So we'll see if we can just make a few dollars back on that. This is another collab. This time it is Liberty of London, which they do prints, and they're world renowned for their different prints. But they did a collaboration with Target, and this is one of their dresses, and it has some ruffling there up on top. And as you can see, like I said, they're really known for their prints. So we'll see if that gets the buyer's attention at Plato's. This is a Doe and Ray size medium dress, and it's just got some polka dots and stripes on it with some lace on the back. This is another French Connection size 2 strapless dress. I want to say I covered this recently, this piece, this Edith A. Miller in a bins haul, if I'm not mistaken. And I just decided I didn't want to deal with it. It's going to be hard to photograph. Let's see if they want it, they can have it. It's so light. I probably spent 30 cents on it. Another White House Black Market, this time a halter top in silk. Hopefully I do not have to look at this again. Get rid of that. This is a Harper and Liv 20W. So this is going to be a plus size, and it is just a summer dress, very flowy. It is a little heavy though. I'm wondering, I think that the lining in that makes it a little heavy. So even though it doesn't have sleeves, it might not be kind of summery for what they're looking for. I've got 2 pieces by Ella Moss. Ella Moss used to do very well online, not so much anymore. I'm not sure if it's saturated or if people just aren't looking for the brand, but I'm going to be sending in this black piece as well as this longer maxi dress into Plato's, and we'll see how Ella does there. I do have this Free People dress. And this is a very common dress. You're going to see this a lot. It's called the Daisy something. And it's kind of a skater dress. You see it a lot online. It doesn't go for very much. Some Free People does better than most, and that's just not one that gets a lot of people's attention. Everly brand. And this is a summer flowy dress with a really interesting kind of almost Rorschach test design on it. This is really cool. It is almost like a patchwork where it has different patterns and fabrics on it. And this is by Ecote, which I think is an Urban Outfitters, if I'm not mistaken. I don't sell a lot of Urban Outfitters. I usually don't pick it up. This, I'm assuming, was a bins find as well. And for my final dress, I have another Walter Baker. Again, they don't sell very well online. This one is a size large in a pink and tan starburst pattern. So that is going to be it for my dresses. I also have that denim jacket in here and a few skirts. So we are on my third basket, and for the last category, I'm going to go through athletic wear and everything that I'm going to be taking with me. So first off, let's go through this stack here. Now, this is athletic wear, but also some shirts. Plato said that they do want pink by Victoria's Secret. So I grabbed a few of the new with tag bras that I got in my wholesale order. And so a lot of these are pink. They are new with tags. I just kind of wanted to send a few in just to see how much I would make off of them as kind of an interesting experiment. I also have this striped pink shirt, new with tags. And then these are just plain. This one is a short sleeve pink shirt. This is a longer sleeve mint green shirt, sending that in. This is also a longer sleeve dark pink shirt with some tribal print on that sleeve. And the longer sleeves might not sell, but if they're looking for pink by Victoria's Secret, it might. Now this, I think they're going to take, even though it's not too summery. It is a size large. It has the dog logo on it. And it also has pink on the back and a spell out. And so just a hoodie there. Again, got it from the bins. We'll see if they want that. Now for athletic wear, and I am going to have some men's pieces. I'll let you know the men's pieces as we go through this. So Fabletics is first up. This is a new with tags, and this is a convertible styling because you can wrap it around you in several different ways. It can be worn as a shirt, or you can tie it up in different ways. As a kimono and such. Fabletics isn't doing as well for me online as it used to. I think it's gotten a little saturated, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll take this in. I do plan on doing some more athletic selling online and doing a couple of experiments with different brands just to show you what sells best. But that's for another day. I also have this Under Armour tank. Now this is another Under Armour tank, and it has its tag. Oh, there it is. Originally sold for $24.99, just a black tank. I have this Nike Pro maroon top in a small size. These are dry fit Nike shorts. They are new with tags, originally sold for $40. See, this is an Athleta black tank. Athleta, I didn't think was doing very well online. When I was looking at comps recently, I found that it does better than I thought it did. I have a few pieces that I'm putting in. Here's another Athleta piece. I have a few pieces that I am putting in the Plato's run, but I also kept a lot back to sell myself. Here's an Athleta. These are medium petite black yoga pants, and they are a wide leg. I don't think the wide legs do as well at all, and so it's not something I'm looking to sell. These technically are New Balance, but they are the J. Crew collaboration. And I originally bought these for myself. They're not great. I just didn't love them, so I'm going to turn those in. These are a cropped Gap fit. Is it size medium? Gap body fit, size medium. These are Under Armour, and I think these are going to be men's, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think these might be men's. And originally sold, oh, these are youth, actually. So I'm going to have to take these out. Plato's does not take youth. Instead, you want to take those into Once Upon a Child, which is Plato's affiliate. Okay, so these are going to be men's, I believe. These are Adidas, which was a brand they were looking for. They are just a jogger pant, and I'm going to get this back out so you can see. Now, if you're looking at the postcard at men's, they do say here they're looking for athletic joggers, track pants, and jogger pants. And so I had some of those lying around, like these Adidas I'm going to send in. I also had these, another pair of Adidas athletic joggers for men. Oh, these are a pair of Juicy. So these would be for women, but they are joggers with the stripe down the side for women. Another pair of joggers, Under Armour for men. So we're going to send that in. And the last piece is a new with tags Puma, and it is just a netted shirt, originally sold for $50. So there is everything that I'm taking into Plato's. Next up, I'm going to show you the things that they rejected, what I'm going to be doing with that, and I'm going to show you my payout from Plato's and how much money is in hand that day after I turn these in. Okay, so it is the next day. I have gone to Plato's Closet. My recommendation for when you take your items in is you go not on the weekends because the lines for selling can get very, very long. And so I took mine in on a Monday morning. The wait was about 15 or 20 minutes. It was very quick. And let me show you the receipt that I got. This is the Plato's Closet on Route 46 in Fairfield, New Jersey. And they took 52 items for a total of $182.20 in cash. So you can see that right here. And some people have asked me, I've done similar sales to Plato's where I've made over $100. And some people ask me, how is it that I'm able to make so much? And the truth is I've just been paying attention to what they're looking for. And as we go through what they didn't buy, you'll see a lot of things that they said, hey, we're not looking for it. I tried anyway, and they weren't looking for it. They were telling the truth. So for instance, I've got a lot of skirts back. They're not looking for skirts, and I don't think they took maybe any of them. We'll see though. They didn't take some of the darker things, so some of the things that were in black, because we are going into the summer months. They just didn't seem real interested in those. Even the brands that they asked for, like this pink by Victoria's Secret, if it was a longer sleeve, they're not looking for that because again, it's not the season. And so I will have made notes earlier in the video of the things that they took and they didn't take. But based on what they did take, I made about $3.50 per item from what they grabbed. And so if you were purchasing at the bins and you're paying less than $1 for an item, it might be kind of a fun way to flip things very quickly for cash right then and there. But if you're going to a regular Goodwill and spending $3 to $5, which is what some of these things probably ended up costing me, then I would suggest you probably don't do that. There's other things that you can do to make your money back. But for me, these were kind of items that I wasn't going to sell online anyway, so any of the money that I made back was gravy. And so now I'm going to talk you through what I'm going to do with everything they did not take. So I have 2 baskets left of all of the items that were rejected. About one basket of clothing was taken. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send in these items to swap.com. Swap.com is an online consignment shop, and they take women's, men's, and children's. Now, this is different than ThreadUp because ThreadUp only takes women's and children's. They don't take men. So if I have any men pieces in here, when I go through it, I will pop them in. I go to Staples and I buy a 20 by 20 by 20 box. You can really use any box to send into swap.com, but I decide on this one. This is one of the largest you can send in. It has to be under 50 pounds, I believe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold up all of these newly washed pieces. I'm going to put them into my box. I'm going to order a shipping label from swap.com and I'm going to send it in. Now, Swap has a few pluses. I'm expecting to make at least $3.50 on most of the pieces they rejected from Plato's Closet. But they do the photographing, they do the customer service, they do all of the work on shipping everything out. I just put it into this box and they take it from there. However, what you have to worry about is the time you're going to be making your money back. The reason I went to Plato's first was I wanted to know how much I could get right then and there. With Swap, you have to send it in, mail it in, and then it takes them a few weeks to process it, and then it can take another few weeks for your pieces to sell, and it can take another month for them to issue the check and send it to you. So that's a very long process, and so I don't mind it being a long process. I'm not doing anything with these pieces anyway. If you do have some extra summer pieces that you're not wanting to list or you're unable to list, I do suggest check out to see if there is a Plato's Closet in your area where you can take some pieces in and get cash at the buy, sell, trade shop. So thank you so much, and I will talk to everyone shortly.